I'm Kevin Davis, and this is the Catholic Family Podcast. And I'm pretty happy to be using a new microphone today. Yeah, my screen is mirrored because, well, I think it looks really weird when it's not mirrored. I'm so used to it from this side, I have to keep it that way. So, sorry, but this is a Shure microphone. It's a should be very nice. Should give very high quality sound. Hopefully, should give no issues. We will see. I've had a bit of issues with it already, which is just very typical of our podcast, but hopefully it will prove to be a very high quality microphone that yeah, is loud enough, I guess, to give my crazy opinions. I also wanted to tell everyone, who supports us. First of all, this type of thing is exactly what your support on Patreon gives us. New equipment. I literally had to get new headphones as well because mine were melting to my ear. Not literally, but they were crumbling like because I sweat so much. The big ones. I'm sure everyone recognizes them who watches this channel. So I had to get some smaller ones. We'll see what we do in the future. But that is where your money goes when you're supporting us. This type of thing, this type of support, it really does actually help us actually run this channel. We're not spending it on Italian vacations again, as I know some people might complain, or we're not just pinching on children to make them cry to make you give us money. Though again, some of our competitors might say so. Um, Also, we wanted to ask you. So we've done a couple of these yes or no videos with me and Eric. I greatly enjoy them. That's part of why we do them. They've been controversial. They've been topics that we purposely make controversial. Not all of them. Some of them are less so. We've published the ones we've actually recorded 5 or 6 at a time and only published two. So I think we've published 10 maybe and published the two most controversial. To be frank, um, because they're just kind of the most interesting, I suppose. But we do have other ones coming, like could you win in a wrestling match against a crocodile or an alligator, which is pretty funny. Um, but the question is, do you like those? Do you like that content? We don't want to confuse people. We don't want to people to leave this podcast or watch a video and say, "Huh, wait, I don't understand," or "I feel less Catholic," or "This doesn't seem right." That's not what we want. As we talked about in our last video with our contributors, we started this podcast to really, honestly, it was to stop talking about COVID all the time. The name Catholic Family Podcast is because I thought it sounded good and because I'm Catholic, and that's the biggest and most important thing in my life. But the intention was never to only be Catholic topics. So it was never the intention to just be catechism or saint stories. Now, I think that's the best content. I've said many times my mom's content, as her saints content, her quick takes are, I think it's the best content on the channel. I have no problem saying that. Um and I think our podcast with priests talking about morality, talking about the mass, faith and morals, those are absolutely the heart of the channel. But as you all know, we also talk about politics, etc. And I think that is also a very important thing, and it's because it's what I want to do. It's what we want to do. The primary people in this channel, which is me and my parents, and people don't always agree. They don't always agree with our topics. They don't always agree with our opinions, and that's fine. I think that's okay. I think that's where we are allowed to do that, to disagree and to not always have the same opinions. And I think that it's actually even important, and that's part of again why we like this yes or no, that we're going to get on different. It's not always going to be me and Eric. We'll have on different guests, different hosts who talk about one topic, and most of the time I think we'll disagree. Not always. Sometimes they'll agree with different perspectives. Let's say that. And the idea is to show that we talk about these things, these opinions. Let's say it's theological opinions, moral opinions, societal opinions, family opinions. How do you raise your kids, etc. And there's no objective truth. That's often the case, right? Many people raise their children differently, or they believe in how we're going to find a pope differently. And the point is to show that that's okay. That doesn't make us less Catholic, doesn't make us less good, doesn't make us less friendly. Eric and I can disagree on pants or will we have a pope or can you wrestle an alligator or not? And that's okay. We can talk about it, argue about it, disagree about it, and then afterwards agree, hey, look, it's fine. We disagree, but it is an accidental disagreement. It's not an essential disagreement. Disagreement saying that we don't believe in God or the dogmas of the faith or something of the sort. And that's a really important thing, I think. So I like it. I like the concept. It came from Eric. I give him full credit, who got it partially from Michael Knowles of Daily Wire. I got to give full credit here. Not exactly, but kind of the idea came from Michael Knowles, who is a Nova Sordo Catholic. Um, Eric brought it to me, and we've kind of made it our own. And we like it. We think it's a cool idea. We think it's something that could go quote unquote big time. And again, it's the idea of giving two different opinions or sometimes the same opinions on a controversial topic and handling it in a calm, mature manner. Sorry. Let us know. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Um, and if you don't like it, that's fine. We'll probably keep doing it, to be honest. But we would like to hear your opinions. We do want to make you happy. It was one of those things that struck me. I was watching. Sorry to go off topic, guys. You know how I am. I was watching soccer recently, the European Championships, and it really struck me that it was the product is pretty bad. It's pretty ugly. And I think I think most people see it, most fans see it, most pundits, even players see that the actual product being putting out to the people who watch it is ugly. It's not that fun to watch. A few teams were Austria, Turkey were actually, they're exciting, they're dangerous, they're risking things, and they lost because the teams that won, though Spain actually, okay, sorry, I'm really going off topic. Spain was actually pretty good, so I'm glad Spain won because they were actually by far the best team and actually risked things. So I'm really grateful that Spain won because they were a very good team with good players and a pretty risky mentality. But most of the teams, England is a great example, just didn't risk anything. We're just boring and sat back, played defense, and weren't fun to watch. And it's like eventually it's like, okay, so great, England makes it to the final, but I watched I think every one of their games, almost at least. They're terrible to watch. I hated watching England. Like I was most excited to watch Austria because Austria was this high pressing defense who, exciting on the attack and they were, explosive and risky. They were risky and that's why they lost. And But I was rooting for them because they risked the most. They were fun and exciting, and it was a great atmosphere. And that's what fans want. We don't want boring defensive soccer or football or baseball or basketball. And I think we need to realize that a bit more. And I think that's what we're looking for again here, again, back to the original topic. We do want to make our listeners happy. That's the point. Not the only point. Part of the point is I like having interesting conversations. That's where it all began. I wanted to talk to people, and I thought I'd have about 10 people listening. Very frankly, I never, ever expected 8,000 subscribers, not even in my wildest dreams. It's awesome, and I appreciate it. We've sent out coffee mugs to some of our biggest supporters, um, asking for emails from everyone else who has supported us through the years. Can't send it to everyone at the moment, but we're working on it. And we ask again, yeah, if you can support us, obviously. I don't. I think I hate asking for it. I do. I know most podcasters ask for support every single time they podcast, and I just don't like it. It's not about the money. I certainly don't do this for money. My wife said that the other day. Is like she laughed. She's like, anyone who thinks you do this for the money is they should just see how much you take in, and then it's true. There's almost no money, but I think it's not a bad thing. We spend time on this, a lot of time and a lot of effort and blood, sweat, and tears, and asking for support for that is not. I don't think that's a terrible thing, especially in a American, mostly American viewership. Capitalism, I mean, we're trying to be bigger. In the ideal, we do become Daily Wire type big or whatever. Of course, that's what we want because I think you hopefully would all agree that we're giving more truth than anybody else. That's why you're watching, right? We have on traditional priests and bishops sometimes. We're reading from the actual saints. We're telling you the stories of the actual heroes. And sometimes we talk politics and give you our opinion. And sometimes we're wrong and you disagree. That happens. Anyway, I hope you appreciate it. I appreciate all of you very sincerely. It's an incredible thing that you've stuck with us. Some of you, I was just looking through our Patreon. Some of you have been with us for like two plus years, supporting us the whole time. You guys are awesome. I'm serious. I mean, like, we wouldn't be here. We would not be here without you. And I just can't tell you enough how much we appreciate you. We wouldn't have this Restream channel, new microphone, headphones, camera, Podbean, YouTube. It costs money. It all costs money, all of it. And if it weren't for you guys, we wouldn't be doing this. And I appreciate all of our contributors. We just did a live stream the other day, and it just made me even more appreciate it. We haven't had a ton of support, honestly, from people who can contribute. Not a lot, but the people who've stuck around are the best. They're the best. They're the cream of the crop, and I mean that. I mean, like, I really, it's an amazing thing. I really truly believe, and I'm not a humble guy. Everyone knows me. I'm not humble. I'm not. I'm like the bottom of the actual talent and goodness and whatever else you want to call it on this channel. Yeah, I started it. It is my channel. That's true. It's the one thing I do well. I do have ideas and good connections, etc. But the people who actually provide this content, Holly and Mandy and Thomas and my parents and Mary Kate, who was here for a long time, CJ, Dan B, who really helps in the background, Intro Evo, Father McKenna, they're awesome. And it's just amazing we've gotten here. And it's because of you guys who've helped us. I mean, really, it really is. Some of you've, gone, come and gone, and that's totally fine. I get it. Anyone who supported us in the last 2.5 years, you guys are awesome. And I think you get it. That's just what it gets. Like, you understand that, hey, let's support Catholic content creators. Let's give them $5, $20, $50. Some of you give me $50. That's incredible. And you get it. And it's not just for me. And I guarantee you these people are also supporting Dominic Gesso at Glorious Heritage. They're supporting SGG. They're supporting MHT Seminary. That's where it's at. This whole thing, society, culture, we can win. We can really win. I mean, like, it sounds crazy, but I think we are on the right track, and we can win this. And I appreciate all of you who've been for the ride. It's going to get even crazier. Yeah, we're in July. The elections are in November. We're probably going to talk even more politics. It's true. You may disagree. Fine. Tell us your disagreements. I'm fine with that. Just don't. Again, I always talk about the black pillars. The one thing I just don't appreciate people who are just all the time negative, all the time. Just like, it's all bad. Everything's evil. It's all going to end badly. That's the thing. It's just like, no, come on, guys, come on. I just don't buy it. I don't buy it. We need to build. We need to have optimism. We need to have faith and hope, charity. Do I think Donald Trump is the hero, the savior of our country? No, I don't. I don't. Do I think he's better than Joe Biden or anyone else who's likely going to win president? No, he's the best. He is. He proved it. He did it for 4 years. There's actual evidence to show he will be a decent president. He's not perfect. He's not absolutely pro-life, but he's better than anyone else. And if you deny that, I think you're wrong. Simply enough. Anyway, I'm rambling. I've been rambling for about 10 minutes. Sorry, guys. I appreciate you all. Please, if you'd like a mug, let me know. Email me, kevin89davis at gmail.com. Give me your mailing address. If you're not a supporter, you got to be a pretty big supporter. We have, I think, 135 total supporters. So I don't know if we can give everyone a mug, to be honest. I'm trying to get everyone who's our biggest supporters mugs. Maybe that's unfair. I get it. If we miss you, if I haven't emailed you and you're a supporter and you've been so for a while, please email me, kevin89davis at gmail.com. If you want to support us and you want to give us, I don't know, 20 plus a month, especially, then do so on Patreon and then email me and I will definitely send you a mug. We appreciate you all. And as always, we'll be doing our best to provide daily Catholic and moral content for the near future until God says otherwise. Or, I don't know, we get bored or something. So we appreciate you all. God bless. Till next time.